two, and one. What's up, YouTube? How we doing today? Pretty good, I know. So, listen, man. I I just found a video that really irritated me. It just rubbed me the wrong way. As an African and as a black person, one of my biggest things that me personally I've always wanted to stand for is the unity between black people globally. I don't like anything that separates us. I don't like anything that tries to push us apart. And not everybody feels that way, and I know that. I'm still not a, and I want this to be said, I'm not a kumbaya nigga, because I'm always gonna treat people how they treat me. I'm always gonna stand where I stand. I just stand for what I believe in. I don't think black people should be separated, regardless of race, language, and not sorry, regardless of nationality, language. I still think like we should always look out for each other because nobody else is gonna look out for us. Because everybody else sees us as less than. But um, again, I'm African, I'm Nigerian, and the disrespect to Africa is always. I mean, part of it is we brought it on ourselves. I'm not gonna lie because of our leaderships and stuff, which is why it seems to be okay. And now there's a lot more people stepping up and saying like we don't like that. I grew up in a time where like again I still grew up here. I live in the U.S. and I still got to times I got to see times when African booty scratcher was a funny thing when people said. I got to see mockery of our accents. I got a mockery of our names or our languages. It's cool. I'm not here to educate people. I just cuss them out. And today's culprit is somebody I've never liked. I've never liked his music. I've never liked him as a person. I've always been disgusted by every time I see his name in the news, and that's Fat Joe. Fat Joe historically has been known to be a terrible person. Um, he's that's just it. And recently he made a video about Buju Benson talking to Buju Banton, and I personally did not like that. No Nigerian liked that. And the last couple of days they've just been cussing him out online. But I'm not really gonna. I don't want this video to be funny. If not, I would have pulled up some of the things that was said about him. And I don't want this video to be funny. I want it to be serious. I want it to be taken seriously because I feel like it's time that people stop letting these little microaggressions or these little disrespects just fly under the radar. It's time we just said at least I'll do my part to say something about it. And to everybody that gets to see this video, I hope you don't stand for that bullshit. So without further ado, man, let's dive right in.
Yeah, Buju, it was a guy in Africa, a fake guy, used the Buju name beyond this them on TV. This was when I was hosting the Wendy Williams show? Shut him down, he changed his name. Yeah. I told him there's only one Buju Banton, the Don Gargamel, this, that, TV went back to Africa, the guy changed his name. Now he's extra 12 or something. Motherfucker changed his name. I don't play that shit. And then fuck that. Like, most people get the name from their friends, get a name from do some stupid shit and people name. My name came from my mom. Yeah, so it wasn't a name given to me by my friends. I took the name Bantan due to my admiration for Bantan, his musical delivery in dancehall. Because ever so often when I keep reminding the people that there's a distinguished difference between a DJ in Jamaica and a DJ here. The DJ here is how plays the music. The DJ in my country is a guy who hold onto the microphone and talk on the version, speaks on the beat. So prominent one from in those years, Buju Banton, came to America, made a name for himself. So the Bojo came from Mama and the Banton came from adoration for his craft and how he display his musical talent in the dance style. So it's not something that is given to me by friends and so on and so forth. So when a young man came and said the name Bojo, I knew the problem it poses because automatically most of the algorithms is run now Western ways and all the algorithms start getting confused. They don't know who's Bojo. So we have to regulate that to make sure that, we have to find a new name.
That laugh was embedded in dick eating, bro. He opened his mouth wide and just let the whole meat just fall in, bro. That's crazy. Insane dick eating from a grown man. I'm gonna start with Fat Joe. Fat Joe, you have no authority over anything, specifically when it comes to do with any kind of black person. You have no authority over who decides what name they take. You have no authority over anything. You should have more authority over your kids, bro. I heard they're not doing well. No, I heard you're not doing well either. I heard you're always almost, multiple times. You're unhealthy, man. Hit the gym, eat well. That's one. The second thing is also you're a racist piece of shit, bro. You've never stood for anything with black people. You've never stood for anything with anything unless it pays you. You've never stood for anything. The only time we even saw you is when you were talking about Black Bad Bunny Puerto Rico thing, but you only did that because you were trying to give yourself some clout. You've never been a political figure. You've always been a sellout. So don't start now thinking you're starting for something. That's one. And again, you don't decide what name. The name Buju was given to him because he was a chubby guy. That's why he got the name Buju. And it's very popular in Jamaica, Nigeria, Ghana. It's not a unique name to Buju. And to Buju Banton, you're an old head who's insecure about the fact that you don't have any more relevance in mainstream today. And it's okay. Insecure people do what the insecure people will do. But you exposed yourself in that statement. You said it yourself. You got your name from Buru Banton. You got the name Banton from Buru Banton. So you borrowed the name from somebody else. But you have a problem with somebody borrowing their name from you. Do you see how contradictory that sounds? Do you even hear how that sounds? So it's okay when you do it, but if somebody else does it, it's a problem. And it's funny because there was an opportunity here where you could have had a song, you could have done some promotion, you could have this is a kid that's globally known. Yes, you said it yourself. The algorithm, everything, they all push his music out because it's good. This is what people want to hear today. You could have jumped on that wagon. You chose hate. You said you made him change his name. Nobody even calls him Benson. He changed his name to Benson. Yeah, I know. Sometimes when somebody from the US tells you initially you're gonna panic. I know he regrets changing his name now because now you're making a mockery of him doing something out of respect. He tried to be respectful and he was like, you know what, I don't want any problems. That's cool, I'll change my name. It's just a name, it doesn't matter. But yeah, you took the disrespect and now you turned it into bullying. Both of you guys are old enough to be his dad. You also forgot the fact that he's a human being and you called him fake on air, online. He's a human being. You talk down on another person because he's African. You feel like because he's African, a fake guy from Africa. I pray to God you step foot in Nigeria, bro. I pray to God you do, because you know what's coming. Shit, man. I hope I never run into you, because I might accidentally punch you in the face. Not even shit. Whatever happens between me and your bouncer, that's cool. I just know you can't do shit to me. Not you. You're a fat piece of lard. I would fuck you up terribly. Terribly. I'll probably fuck up your bouncer too. Shit, I don't know. But my point is, bro, for somebody who's ridden the coattails of everybody around them, I don't think you should really say shit. And Buju Banton, you're an embarrassment, man. The reggaeton and the reggae music and Afrobeats collaborations that have been going crazy. Did you see what Popcaan and Davido did in 2022? They had 3 different songs that were global hits. Are you an idiot, bro? You could have had the same motion. Shinshia and Wizkid had the same thing. You could have had the same motion, but you chose hate. You let your insecurity get the better of you. You're a sad man. That's why you can't even get up to 100 likes on your promo for your fucking concert rollout. Nobody's buying those tickets. So you better get ready to cancel it. I keep seeing the price getting slashed. You keep slashing the prices. Keep it, bro. Yeah, shit. Nobody's coming to them shows. Maybe the Jamaicans will feel sorry for you and want to support you. And that's cool, man. You there, you're a legend. I hope they do. They should. It is what it is. Because, again, we should support everybody black, but you're a fucking coon. It's sad to see, man. It's sad to see. You're going out really sad. But I feel like the craziest part is if you had stopped there, maybe it wouldn't have been so disrespectful. Maybe the disrespect would have been okay. But then you had to take it a step further. You had to disrespect the genre as a whole. You had to tell us that we didn't even start our own genre. We didn't start our own music. Reggaeton didn't come before Afrobeat. Afrobeats came before reggaeton. It's been around since the inception of the country itself. We've made music like that in our villages. Do you think that just because you heard a little mix and master? No. We can make those beats with our bare hands. We used to knock on tables. We used to knock on drums. Almost every Nigerian I know can play the drums. We're a musical nation. But you wouldn't know this because you didn't do any research. You just spew stupidity from your mouth, bro. That's sad to see. I hate when unintelligent people open up their mouth because they make the loudest noise. They wanna be heard so bad. You're a sad man. You're a really sad man. But let me see. Let me show people what you said. Let's look at the video.
You know, Jamaica started the Afrobeat. We know it didn't come from Africa.
Panama El General.
And it started reggae home.
Reggaeton and Afrobeats are two different sounds, two different styles of music. And if you ask me, reggaeton came from Afrobeat because y'all heard how we make our music and copied it. We've been making music since the 60s. Reggaeton wasn't around till the 90s. That's the 30-year gap. And you decided to say that started Afrobeat. And I'm telling you, that's recorded music in the 60s and the 70s. We already had these sounds playing. Like we were really popular. We're doing our live music. Oliver the Colt, King Sunny Ade. Like these are African artists that been making music since the 70s. We even had rappers in the 70s. We didn't start rap, don't get me wrong, but like I'm saying, we already had that. Like we had our own African rappers in the 70s. But you didn't do any research. You just spew stupid shit. This is why stupid people shouldn't always get a platform, bro, because they tend to just it spreads like a wildfire, it spreads like a disease. Because they just share their stupidity with everybody. There's a black guy in the room with them. I said he's also an idiot because he's just there so fat joke and say nigga every time. And look, man, look. I expected better from you, man. I always try to expect legends to act like legends, bro. I'm not like, dude, if I go by the name of Easy A. I'm not even gonna lie, it's inspired by Easy E. Just because when I was like little and younger, I heard his story and I thought like, man, he had hoes. And my last name and my first name, it just goes. I shorten my Easy is from my last name. A is my initial Adrian. And I just took that inspiration. I also took it from Ozzy B. Ozzy B is named Santi. He goes by Santi now. But Ozzy B also inspired me taking the name Easy A. There were multiple things that inspired it. It just fit. You think if somebody comes and changed their name to Easy A, like EASY and A, and maybe in 40 years from now or something, do you think I'm gonna go up to them and be like, it's only one Easy A? You know how lame that sounds, bro? Sound like a loser. It doesn't sound like something an icon would do, Act like a legend, bro. You guys are old enough to be this guy's dad. You're acting like kids. You're acting like bullies, bro. It's 2026, bro. You guys you're both of retirement age. Like you guys are old enough to be retired. Why not act like you guys are retired, bro? There's no swag, no nuance, no like you're not carrying yourself like the bosses. Like you're carrying yourself like some beta male pigs. Like you're carrying yourself like little kids, bro. You're mad that somebody took a name and he has more emotion than you. Listen to that. Think about that. I don't know, man. I don't know. To me, there's certain things I can't fathom. Insecurity is one of them because I personally don't care about other people's opinions. I've never have. I care about the people that care about me and how they feel about me, not what they think about me. Because if you know me, then you should know what to think about me. I just care about how I make them feel. How do you feel? Feelings is all I care about. But I don't care about your feelings if I don't know you. You had like I was like, dude, you're ruining your kids, bro. Just stop having kids, by the way. Like, take yourself out the gene pool because you're just passing down stupidity, bro. Not good. You tried to rob Big Pun. I'm not gonna forget that. You tried to rob his family of his royalties. That's really sad. That's a terrible thing to do. You suck. You're an evil person. You've never stood for anything. Never. You weren't marching in 2020 during the Black Lives Matter marches. Your people are getting taken in the streets by ICE. We've never seen you talk about that. You didn't even really say shit when Bad Bunny was like all the time people were talking shit about Bad Bunny until the Super Bowl happened. You've never stood for anything. Ever. Like all you do is try to steal and rob people. That's why when you were a kid, you stole somebody's, you stole that dude's hoodie and his big brother came and took it off you because you're a bitch. Aren't you tired of being a bitch, bro? Me personally, I've never been a bitch, so I don't know what that feels like. But you have a track record of being a bitch, so you should. Don't you know what that feels like? Hey, look, man, I hope I get the chance to one day say this to your face, bro. I hope I don't punch you in the face. Or if you're man enough, like, bro, if you ever see this and you feel like you can take me, please, I welcome it. I really want to beat your ass. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. I really do. I'm not even a violent person, but like, there's just certain people that I feel like you can tell it's been a minute since they got slapped in the face. Like it seems like the way you talk is like you forgot what it felt like to get your ass beat. Please don't make the mistake of ever doing a show anywhere in Africa. What the fuck am I talking about? You can't even do a show. What are you gonna do? Sing, rap? You don't have any talent. You're not an intelligent person. You're just a plant. Irrelevant. It's sad to see, bro. You're a grown ass man, bro. Act like it. Jesus Christ. But look, man. If y'all like this video, if you don't like it, I really don't give a fuck. I just want to hear how you feel. You know. Usually most people are not gonna care, but it's all good. Look, but like, comment, subscribe. I do a lot of videos like these. I do a lot of deep dives. I do a lot of commentary and reactions to it. So I'm trying to build a community. I'm trying to build a group of like-minded people that feel the way I feel and think the way I think. Like I said, one of my biggest things is that I think all black people should be together and not let leeches like Fat Joe come and separate us. Because that's what he just did. There's been multiple. We have so much history of like, just off the top of my head, we have so much history of like Afro beats and reggae music, reggae and rap music, Afro beats and rap music. Like specifically right now with what's going on with Ghana and the Afrobeat scene, like it's always been like a history, bro. We have a lot of solidarity. We've always rolled with our fellow black people. Fat Joe isn't one of us. He shouldn't have a say in what we do. Shouldn't. But that's it for the videos, guys. If you have any thoughts, please let me know in the comments. Peace out.